Hi, it's Maggie the Irish Gypsy bringing you your March 2025 general reading. We're looking at the first half of March, roughly the 1st through the 15th, for the water sign of Scorpio. As always, I hope you're all doing well, and thank you so much for taking the time to watch these videos. Please like, share, and subscribe if you feel like it. Remember, these are general readings, so they might resonate a little differently for everyone. If you know the rest of your sign, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, North Node, whatever, watch those videos as well for additional insight and perspective. If something really does grab you, if something really does resonate with you, and you want to take a deeper look at something, or you simply like the reading style, or both, if you're interested in a personal reading with me or information about that for yourself, or perhaps for a gift for someone else, you can email me at maggie1mcguire@gmail.com. You can click on the description of this video to see that as well. I can usually get back to you pretty quickly, within a day, 24 hours. I do offer lots of different choices for reading options, types, lengths, styles, spreads, costs. I offer 6 and 12-month overviews, relationship compatibility readings. There's a little something in there for everyone. And I'm pretty diligent about timely scheduling of readings as well. So if you're interested, email me. Okay, Scorpio, let's dive right in and see what the first half of March looks like for you. Well, your cards are just kind of going all over the place. Okay. We have the Emperor. Somebody being in charge, or perhaps somebody, well, we'll see. The Four of Swords. Tired of the responsibilities, or tired of somebody acting perhaps like a bit of a controlling or domineering sort of force here. Some of you are just simply tired with the weight of the world being on your shoulders. The Star. Restoration and renewal of hope, faith, and optimism after a difficult time. Overall energy is the Seven of Swords, being strategic, but it can also point to someone being sneaky, deceitful, calculating. I mean, it really kind of depends on the cards that come out. You know what? Let's just go ahead and take a deeper look at that Seven of Swords. The Seven of Swords is primarily a self-serving card, but we're all self-serving in different times and different situations, right? You have something you want to get, do, accomplish, maintain, and in the doing of that, you play your cards very close to your chest. You don't reveal too much because it's a card of strategy to serve your own desires, your own motives, which again can be positive or it can be negative, right? It's a strategic, cunning, calculating kind of energy. So let's pull that back just a little bit. See what that's about. We have the Eight of Swords with the Ten of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. Somebody wasn't truthful here, somebody wasn't honest, or they just outright lied, or lied by omission or something. It feels like a lot of you, I mean, this looks really kind of challenging and painful. I mean, there's this sense of feeling really disappointed, betrayed, let down, disappointed, feeling robbed of something or feeling excluded in some way. And yet you also feel like there isn't much that you can do about it, right? Because the Eight of Swords is a card that says, well, I got myself into this situation, I can't get out of it because the challenges are too hard. But you can. The challenges might be very difficult, but the Eight of Swords represents the reasons and excuses and justifications we give ourselves that keep us stuck because we're afraid of whatever we need to go through in order to remove ourselves from the situation or make it better. It feels like somebody really, really, really let you down. And because this is a general reading, who that somebody is and the relationship you have with that somebody will vary. It might be a romantic partner for some of you, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. It might be a boss who promised something if you only did all these things and you did all these things and he didn't come through for you, or she didn't come through for you. Again, there's a sense of betrayal and a sense of feeling like either you were outright lied to or you just weren't told the whole truth. But it feels like you're telling yourself you can't leave the situation or you can't do anything about it. If it's a job, it might be because you're telling yourself, I need the job, I can't get another job, I can't get a better job. You could. You'd have to put some effort into it, but you could. Or I can't leave this relationship because I'm financially dependent. Again, the Eight of Swords is a card about how our mind can play tricks on us and tell us that, well, it's going to be too hard, so you're stuck, right? And again, it's not to minimize what the external challenges or difficulties might be, but you can overcome them to get out of this situation. You don't have to keep yourself chained to a situation because you think it's going to be too hard to leave it or change it somehow. Because the only person keeping this person held hostage and stuck is the ideas, the reasons, the excuses. Because the Swords is governed by the element of air, which governs our belief system, our mind, our mental landscape, how we look at things, our perspectives, right? All right, let's take a look at this Emperor. I mean, again, because it's a general reading, the details are going to vary. The person is going to vary. Who you feel and what they did is going to vary. But you feel really let down, to say the least. But you also feel stuck in it. The Emperor is clarified by the Five of Swords and the Devil. This is straight up power struggle. Power and control struggle, right? Somebody being very perhaps arrogant, controlling, domineering, wanting to have the last word, being a tyrant, a dictator almost here. And it looks like there's a cycle of this happening. Like it's my way or the highway, no matter what kind of energy. If this was a boss, this would be just a bad boss to have. But again, there's this sense, it would be a bad anything to have, whether it's a boss or a romantic partner, or because, the Emperor is in a position of some seniority, status, and authority. So, this is obviously somebody that you feel has some kind of, control over you or headship over you that you've given to them, and now you feel like you're stuck, like it didn't turn out the way that you wanted to, but you're stuck in it. The whole, I think, point and theme that I'm getting here and that I want to get across to you, Scorpio, is you're not stuck. Yes, it might be difficult. It might take some time. You might need to make plans and enact those plans. You might need to be secretive about those plans, but you can, right? You can free yourself from the situation, whatever it is. Again, it might be a toxic, unhealthy relation. Well, it's a toxic, unhealthy relationship. That much is clear. The nature of the relationship, again, might be romantic. It might be boss. It might be, a father figure. All right, Four of Swords. Four of Swords is a card of taking a step back after a tough time to recover, to rest, to rejuvenate. And it may be, because this is a general reading and time is going to be flowing differently for those of you for whom this resonates. It may be that you're in the process already of removing yourself, or maybe a few of you have already removed yourself, and now you're in this sort of taking a step back to kind of like, lick the wounds, repair the damage, rest, recuperate, get some restoration here. The Seven of Swords again, and the World. Sometimes this combination of cards can mean, especially at work, is that you had a period that you had some kind of achievement of work done, but then you were let down and betrayed, which again feels like, this can apply to any relationship. It applies pretty clearly in an unhealthy, negative, or toxic work environment where, you put all this effort, you put all this work, you put all this time into. Again, you can apply that to any relationship. and you had the natural expectation of receiving a certain something or something in return, or perhaps you were even promised that, and you did everything, you accomplished the thing, and again, the rug got pulled out from underneath your feet. For some of you, the energy of these three cards is about your strategy moving forward, right? You're taking a step back, not only to rest and recuperate, but to be perhaps kind of sneaky and calculating and strategic yourself on how to bring this to an end so that you can exit. Which, from the looks of it, is probably the best thing for you to do. But we always ask for advice because that's where your hope is. The star, renewed, restored hope, faith, and optimism. The Ace of Pentacles, a brand new beginning, a practical new beginning. This could be new job, new business, new role, moving, relocating, a combination of all of those things. It is moving on. The Eight of Pentacles. For some of you, it might be new work, new projects, new roles. You know, you're making plans to exit. You're making plans to move on. That much is clear that I'm seeing as well. Two of Swords, the Fool, and the Six of Cups for advice. Yeah, this is needing to make the difficult but necessary choice to start over again, to go in a brand new direction, to start a whole new cycle, a whole new chapter away from whatever it is this thing is that looks like you have a fair amount of history or connection with this person, place, situation, but it is definitely time to leave, to start a brand new cycle, a brand new path, face your fears, get out of your comfort zone, step off the beaten path, or begin to make practical plans to do that moving forward, because that's where you're going to find respite, healing, and recovery, because in this situation, it's toxic. You need to face your fears, doubts, insecurities, and move through those. The only way to face them and to overcome them is through them, is to move through them. Remember who you are. Do not let anybody else take away any more of, how hard you've worked to get to the place where you're at. Independent, self-sufficient, self-empowered. But it may be that this person, place, or situation has you believing that you're helpless, that you're not good enough, that you don't have what it takes, that if you walk away from the situation, you'll never work in this town again, or you'll never find another person, whatever. I mean, could be a lot of things. Don't buy into that, right? Face the fears, the doubts, the insecurities that you have. And facing them means that we confront them and we walk through them. We don't run. Again, this is about strategic planning for some of you as well. It may be that you need to be sneaky and calculating yourself about how to move on from this situation and not reveal that until you actually go, or until as late as possible, right? But it's quite clear that whatever this is, it is not going to change anytime soon. And your best bet is to be open-eyed and realistic about that. And remember who you are and the life that you've walked this is a person who's, worked long and hard to get to the place where they're at now. Strong, independent, self-sufficient, even if you don't feel like that, right? Even if financially and materially, maybe you don't have two nickels to rub together, you have what it takes. You have what it takes to take yourself out of this situation. I think what remains to be seen here for some of you is how you do that. Some of you may be able to do that sooner rather than later. Some of you, maybe you are dependent in very practical ways on this situation. So you need to make a plan and you need to start enacting that plan, but doing it in secret, right? Because the whole end game here is to start over. Somewhere else, something else, to start completely over again. All right, I'm going to leave it there. Wow. Strong reading. Okay. Challenging reading in some ways, but with very clear advice. All right, Scorpio, those are your messages for the first half of March 2025. For those of you for whom it resonated, I hope it was helpful and hopeful for you. Again, if it did resonate and you'd like to, pull the curtain back and take a deeper look at it, or you like the reading style or both, if you're interested in a personal reading with me, for yourself or perhaps as a gift for someone else, email me, Maggie, _1McGuire at gmail.com. You can click on the description of this video to see that as well. I would love to hear from you, and I'd be delighted to work with you. I will see you all in a little while for the next set of generals. Stay well, be blessed, and I hope to see you back here again soon. Bye-bye.